The camera's on you, Jimbo.
He said he's ready to talk.
I'm just getting here.
No, you're talking. Hey, he's the one who introduced them, so you got to tell him how they met. Jimbo, tell him how they met. Tell him how they met, how you introduced them.
He takes all credit.
Yeah.
Be sweet.
Okay. Stand up.
Stand up?
Yeah.
Well, I met Kyle probably 3 years ago, 2 years ago, about 3 years ago. And I met him up at Hominy at Dad's house when we were working. And I get this guy show up in this Hertz truck, you know, his sales rep. He's like, hey, you guys are here, you guys are needing some equipment, and yada yada. I'm like, I don't need equipment from this guy. You know, he's just another salesman coming out there. Anyways, got to know him. And he kept calling, and he came back up again, bought me lunch, won me over. So we started renting from Hertz. And believe it or not, we became good friends. And we went from him being a sales rep to us being friends that talked every day to a couple times a day. And then we weren't talking about equipment, we were talking about just everything. And the next thing you know, I'm playing softball as a fill-in softball team. You know, and that's just, I mean, that's how good relationships are started. And Dad said, you know, growing up, that you only get about 5 good friends growing up your whole life. And Kyle and I on the path of 5, you know, being one of the 5. And I can honestly say that because I feel like no longer than 3 years you know somebody. You know their character, their integrity, their morals, their family, what they're made of, and how they stand behind what they'll do for you in dire need. And through tough times in our family or any situation we've had, Kyle's always been my friend, you know, and we didn't have to talk about work or we didn't have to talk about anything that went on that day. We just talked. And, you know, I have a couple other friends. I have 2 other friends that do the same thing. But that's it. You don't have very many friends like that in your life. But that shows what kind of person Kyle is. And I can honestly say he's a great, great person. So I knew old Sarah here, being my cousin and all, needs a boyfriend. I said, we got this, you know, cousins, good-looking little chick over there. And Kyle, you know, kind of a dog. I said, fine. And I told Kimberly one day, I said, you know what? I said, you know, I'm thinking about introducing Kyle and Sarah. She goes, what? I said, yeah. I said, I'm a little nervous about doing it. And it took me a few months to even say anything to Kyle or Sarah. Because I told Kimberly, I said, if I introduce them, they will get married. I told her that.
He did say that.
I said, I promise you.
He said
She goes,
they'll either never go on a date or they're going to get married.
I said, they'll never go on a date, and Sarah's just going to turn her head. I said, or they'll be married just as fast as you've ever seen. She goes, you think so? I said, I know Sarah. I've known her my whole life. I know how she is. I know what she's looking for. You know, she's on a mission.
He means that in the best way possible. Cheers to a girl who knows what she wants.
She wasn't looking for just a guy going on a date with. She wasn't that type of person. And Kyle damn sure wasn't. You know, he was picky. You know, and I'm like, well, he's picky, she's picky. I mean, you can just tell that that's going to work. And so I told her with my sister, I said, you need to come out to a game. I have a guy you need to meet. I said, he's a great guy. Just don't worry and don't ask his age. Don't worry about him. I said, just come out there and meet him. And no problem. And sure enough, I mean, it was like, didn't talk to Kyle 5 times a day anymore. You know, it was like, you know, twice a day and once a day and then 3 times a week. Because Sarah, you know, took over. Sarah's with them 24/7, you know. And it was, I mean, it was a good relationship. And I'm excited for you. I'm glad you're in our family forever. I've been married for a year. I can honestly say it's awesome. And you'll have a great time. Just listen to whatever she says. And don't give her the checkbook or the credit card, cash, allowances. And, do things fun. Talk, communicate, and things will be great. Tough times, great times, it doesn't matter. But you guys already know, and you guys are a great fit. Thanks for being a great friend. Sarah, love you. Thanks for being my cousin. Cheers to a good life.
Thank you, Jimbo. Woohoo! See, now you know how they met.